joining me, Ben. This month I have been speaking with quite a few investors who they're in that position where they want to purchase their second investment property. Some are aware of the equity they're sitting in property at the moment, but there is also some investors who's got some cash sitting there in the bank where they're feeling like that's what they need to use for their deposit. Give me some scenarios or nut this out on what's the best solution or where do they go from here?
Yeah, so good question, Nick. So for investors, we'd be looking at revaluing the properties they hold. It could just be an owner-occupier home they want to make their first investment. So we're looking at the difference between the debt position of the property and what it's worth. So if we've got a loan of $500,000 on $1 million asset, we've got $500,000 of equity. Obviously we can't use all of it because we can't take a loan up to 100%, but we can take it up to 80%, so that would be another $300,000. We could even take it up to 90% if they're in a certain profession that allows LMI waivers. We could even pay some LMI depending on the scenario. So if you take out a loan more than 80%, you do pay lender's mortgage insurance. For some young investors where they've got good disposable income but they don't yet have the equity across their portfolio, there can be some scenarios where they've got the option to buy a property at a really good price that's got really good fundamentals and they think are going to grow very, very quickly. A lot of these properties, you know, we can revalue them in 12 months and be able to show that the property is now worth more, the equity position has increased, the debt has either stayed the same if it's interest only or decreased, and you know, have a new rate renegotiated and you know, their portfolio reviewed. If the client on the other side had some cash savings, they might have an existing property or a few. It could be owner occupier, could be investment. What we'd look to do is we'd look to do a debt recycling strategy. So if they've got an owner occupier mortgage, that's non-tax deductible. It's primary place of residence that carries no tax benefit, and if they've got $100,000 or even $200,000 sitting there as savings, the knee-jerk reaction would be to use that cash to go buy the investment, which is fine, but it would be better used paying down their owner-occupier mortgage to decrease the loan that's not tax deductible. We could then do an additional equity loan out of the property, which net effect, it's the same, but those purpose of funds would be set up separately from the owner-occupier loan or even the other investor loans. So when it comes tax time, the accountant knows the purpose of those debt. And so we've effectively funded that investment property at 100% plus costs. So it's really giving us a 20% plus cost tax advantage. And we just keep doing that. Yeah, awesome. So thanks for sharing that, Ben. So from here, for our investors, the best point, like moving forward, would be to reach out to you. You do love a good whiteboard strategy planning. So it's you've been first hand.
I have, and it's something for visually. Like I think it's amazing to be able to see it in front of you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Dick.